We saw an English opening in the first round. Caruana tried it. Let's see. Could be anything, as you mentioned, Ivanka. We don't like to bet, but okay, it is the King's Pawn. Okay, Magnus, he's maybe... Wow, okay, Nepomniachtchi opening with the Sicilian. Nepomniachtchi, that is one of his favourite ways, well, is by far his favourite way of meeting the King's Pawn opening, and now we do see not the main line, no open Sicilian yet, but a bit of bluff by both players, I think. Now, okay, Carlsen developing his knight, Nepomniachtchi also bringing his knight towards the centre. This is a key moment. Will Carlsen, he does open up the centre, so this is called an open Sicilian. It's likely it transposes to the Taimanov Sicilian. Nepomniachtchi, he's famous for playing the Najdorf, a different line, a move he's famous for, Vasher de Graaf is famous for, and Ishigiri has done a chessboard course on the Najdorf, but this is a bit different. The ideas are slightly different as well. Slightly less direct, I've found, this opening. Black just bringing his queen out there. Normally we don't want to bring the queen out too early in the game, but the black queen from this square does control a lot of important diagonals. It also defends the black knight. This is very standard stuff so far. And Magnus Carlsen, I've seen him here develop one of the white bishops. I've seen him push a pawn on the right side of the board just to open up a square for his bishop. Let's see, Magnus, he's defended this position as well from the black side.
Yeah, I agree. Interesting enough, this was the weapon of choice that Nepomniachtchi used in the Magnus Carlsen Invitational. There he lost to Giri with the black pieces, and he actually beat Hikaru Nakamura in that tournament. And David is totally right. In March, in his own Invitational, Magnus chose to pick up a pawn and make a square for the bishop, and now he's chosen the main line, which is to develop the dark square bishop. And again, we are following the path well travelled, because Nepomniachtchi has picked up a pawn on the left side, the queen side, and is using that pawn to cover some key squares the white knights could jump into.
Yeah, that's a key move to include in any Sicilian pretty much, because white knights always want to jump forward and attack the black queen. That has not been allowed. Both of the two black pawns that have been pushed so far do cover squares that the white knights want to use, and Magnus Carlsen, he doesn't go for the trendy option. The trendy move that nearly everybody's been playing over the last 4 or 5 years was to bring out the white queen in that position, but instead Magnus just develops his bishop, getting ready to castle the white king to the right side of the board. Often they try to castle to the left if they're feeling super ambitious, but Magnus just trying to play a quieter game. Nepomniachtchi saying no quiet game for you, I'm going to push pawns. Nepomniachtchi there playing the most ambitious, the most aggressive move for black. That pawn is destined to push forward one square further if it can, to kick away one of white's knights from the see there are some tricks, but for these players it's quite elementary. I think a rook will never beat the knight on its own. The black knight will be able to defend its own king. So, okay, we do see a couple of pawn pushes there. I was about to say, before those pawns pushed, I was about to ask you whether it reminded you of any endgame, Ivanka, especially if the white king was able to suddenly magically transport itself over to the left side. It would have actually been a kind of mirror image of the game Caruana versus Vasiliev from the candidates. The same pawns, the same rook versus knight combo, but now we see white's king is just too far away from the action. Black's knight is about to attack white's pawn, and that white pawn, I don't think there's any way to preserve it, essentially.
No.
Nepomniachtchi he's got plenty of time, 6 minutes. He's just going to find a way to trade off his own pawn for white's pawn, and that's it. Should be a draw.
Great save by him, though. I mean, a few minutes ago, we asked you, can Nepomniachtchi save it? You weren't too sure about
it. With the king's resignation, wasn't that?
Right.
That's the question.
Yes. Totally. I mean, this is the kind of beauty of chess. You know, it was a very careless mistake by Nepomniachtchi, but you know, he fought so hard, so well to kind of get this position, and it does look like a draw is very much within reach. But yeah, what a save!
Yeah, what a save. Maybe it's just missed opportunities as well for Magnus. It didn't look like he found the most direct way to win. He did hesitate. Maybe it was too slow, this plan, bringing his king over. And yeah, fortunes are improving for Nepomniachtchi, just like it is for Bitcoin, slightly, over the last couple of minutes.
Wow, the first meet between these two after realizing they will face each other in the World Chess Championship match. Magnus Carlsen, in what he's normally an expert in, the endgame, right?
Yeah.
Sort of missing out on the winning chances.
Yeah, it feels like his calculation wasn't quite what it usually is over the last few moves. And okay, there we go, Nepomniachtchi his knight to attack white's rook. That rook will move, and then black will just bring his pawn down one square to try and trade pawns. Yeah, I think if Magnus Carlsen is to win the World Championship match against Nepomniachtchi, he's going to have to grind out these endgames a bit better.
Yeah.
He's going to have to be super accurate. Nepomniachtchi, once you give him a chance, he will take it. And there we go, the pawns disappear from the board, and the players just agree a draw. King versus king. No chance. Magnus not even trying to win that one. Miraculous save by Nepomniachtchi.
Wow, I can't believe it. We just saw the